Hello everyone, hope everyone's having a great day. Had a lady want me to do the crosses with this glitter ribbon. I know Christmas is over, but wanted to get this done before I forgot about it. This is the one she's referring to, but I'm going to do a small one. I had done a video on how I did this, but the lady asked me to do a small one, so I've got one ready here. I've done this one all solid red. This ribbon will cover these crosses. These crosses here that come from Hobby Lobby. Let me see if I can see what size they are. They are 2.5 wide. You know what I'm doing here. Told y'all I can't measure. And 3¼ inches long. But this ribbon, let me get this unfolded here, will go exactly from side to side. You might have to stretch it just a little bit, and it will cover the whole cross. And then all you'd have to do if you want to do them like this, just glue your piece down, let it dry. That's how I done the red one. I did on this one here, you can see the edges of the wire ribbon. I did hot glue these two sides down. The rest of it, I used these glue pens from Dollar Tree. As long as you use a glue that dries clear, you'll be doing okay. If you want to put a hole in these, do it before you put your ribbon on, because I did mine after and had a time. So I put my hole in this one first. But I do have just some little scraps of the red where I done that one. I'm going to just cut it in strips. I've done my other one in triangle shapes. You can do them in whatever shape you want. Just going to cut some of this up here. Probably won't take much for this little one. And you can cut the wired edge off on this, or just let it hang off, and after it dries, cut it off. But I'm going to take, I don't think that's my full one. I want my full one. On the big one, I'm not on the big one, but on the red one, I just covered the cross with glue, and then I glued my ribbon down. I also put a coat of this glitter nail polish on it that dries clear. And then I put 2 coats of this Sally Hansen Hard as Nails. Like I said, as long as it's something that dries clear, you'll do okay. But I'm going to take and just cover this little strip. I'm going to cover it all with glue. I can't even hold on to these little pieces, and I've cut my nails off and I don't have any. But we'll get it here. You can put the glue on the wood, but it kind of don't want to stick too good if you do put too much on it at a time. And I'm just going to lay mine down there. If it'll quit sticking to me and stick to the wood. Just lay it on there and leave it alone. Best thing to do with it. I probably won't get this one completely done, because you do have to need to set this aside and let it dry. I'm just taking and tapping it down the way the glue will grab a hold. I am letting these overlap quite a bit. Just cover your back of this really good. Just place it on there wherever you want to put it. I'm trying to do some red on all of my corners, what I'm trying to get done here. If I get close to running out of record time, I will stop this. These don't have to be cut no certain way. You could do this with Christmas paper, fabric. I think they look good mixed though. Got one more piece here I'm gonna cut into. Had a time with that red one. I didn't want to leave it alone. I wanted to keep fiddling with it and get it done so I could do this video. So I'm just going to let that hang off and do the other side. And I'll see if I can't get me some silver in this. I know Christmas is over, but these can be done for anything. I think she wanted to be able to do one for Easter. Now these things are going to look crazy till they dry and you can trim them down, but it's best to leave them alone till they completely dry, because you are going to have to flip these over. A lot of the trimming you can get done with scissors, but as crafters know, there's some things you can't get to with scissors, so I flip mine over, hold down on it really well, and trim it with my X-Acto knife. I'm going to put that piece of red right there in the center. Back on there. Another piece of red right there. Now I'm just gonna cut me off a strip of silver. Whatever falls off of these, just push to the side, because you might need to fill in a spot. And when I done my other ones, I just, while the glue was still wet, just touched it with my fingers and picked it up and dabbed it on there. But I cut the wired edge off of that. Just gonna cut this into strips. You can overlap this, it doesn't hurt it. Which I tried to get mine as close as possible. I'm going to take and cover the back of this with glue. Whatever you do use to coat these with, make sure you put it on heavy so it sinks down into the cracks on this. And then that will help seal it. The other one I done is glued down really good, my big one. Just taking and tapping what little bit of fingernail I've got. Fingernail. Oh my God. Woohoo! Hello! See if I can turn this a little bit. We'll put that right at the bottom to cover up that little section. All I'm trying to do is just cover up all the cross and not leave no bare spots. If I do have any, like I said, I'll take some little pieces that's laying here and I'll glue them on. Trying to stand my glue up, that glue won't stand up. These smaller pieces are a bit harder to do, but we'll get it done. Trying to get this pulled down here to where I'm coming up the whole edge of the cross. Some of this might want to move around on you the way it's doing with me, but once you put your nail polish or whatever you're going to cover the top of it with, it will let your glue dry before you do that though. But I mean, it will really make it stay once you put your top coats on it. Let's see if I can hold this and slide this over. Just tap it down. It does help to have something to tap it down with. once it gets about dry, you can set and press on this. I even flipped my other one over and kept pressing on it until it took a hold. I hope I get this covered, but I know I'm not going to get it cut out because I have to let it dry. This one's looking like a mess right now, but once I get it finished, it will look good. What sure does help you keep something handy to get that turn loose of your hands. I'm going to slide that over and get that corner covered up. Now see, my other pieces is starting to dry. I can take and just keep your fingers clean. Which if your glue dries clear, it's not going to hurt it. If you do have some on there that's bothering you, just pick it off after it's dry. That's what I done with my red one. Let's see here. Cut this piece down a little bit. I thought I would do my other one in red. It is Valentine's Day's coming up, so that'll work. Well, it does help to have something in your hands to help do this. It is best to let this overlap, and then that gives you something to trim off. Well, some of mine I left just a little bit, and it was hard to get to it, so I just leave quite a bit hanging off. These are starting to dry, so I can pat them down some more. I don't know if I've said this, but I do my, all of my coats before I cut this off. I mean, before I trim it up. Now you may want to put another coat on after you get it trimmed up, and then that way if you've got any loose edges, it will glue the edges down. And I did put my bird on my other one just while my nail polish was still wet. And I also put glitter on the birdie. Little glue pens from Dollar Tree, pretty handy. Now I am covering up my hole up the top, but I've got it to where I can just clip the little pieces that's holding this together. Get me a little bit of red. I don't even know if I'm going to get this thing covered or not on the video. If I don't, I apologize now. Put me another piece of red right there. Pat it down. You can, like I said, you can overlap these, but you don't want them bulky. But you stay with it and keep it pressed down, they're not going to be. But these smaller ones I would rather do just solid because the ribbon will fit. Let's see here. You could do just a solid and then go over it and glue patches of another color on it. That would look good. Trying to put that on there wrong. I don't want it that way. My big one, I kind of had the time to set and take and cut my pieces to where they would match up better. Oh, I dropped that piece on me. That's not good. Put that piece right there to where I can cut the wire off. Now, since I've got some of this done, I'm just going to put me some glue in here. Because my hands are getting to be a mess. I'll put that piece right there. Fill in that hole. And I'm going to try and find a piece that I can put right there. To fill in that little spot. I'll just push it in there. There we go. If this video shuts off, I'm sorry. I don't know how much more time I've got left. I'm trying to hurry.